Come on over here. I want you to meet the Chicken King. This is John Rolston. John, how long have you been doing this?
Well, about 38 years.
Now, does your whole family work here?
No, my lovely daughter on the other side and one of my sons.
Now, you said that's not your whole family? Who else is there?
Well, I have 4 other children. I have 3 girls, 3 boys, and a beautiful wife.
Now, you're cutting pretty fast there, John. How long... you know, it used to be you'd always get a chicken. When you first started on this business, you'd get a whole chicken on the hoop, so to speak.
Yes.
But you don't do that anymore.
No. Now they come in all packed and nice. They're all clean, and we can work on it from there. We cut them up and sell the parts.
What parts sell best? What are people after?
I think legs sell the best now. It's probably the most meaty and economical. But now we're selling hundreds of pounds of backs and necks, which is a sign of the economic times. You know, you've got the...
How do people use something like that, John?
They make a soup. That's primarily what you do with it. They cook it and make a soup with it. And, of course, they tell you it's for the dog.
Now, your signs over here say that you have no chemicals, no hormones, no additives, that this is corn-fed chicken. Does it taste different? Is it cheaper?
It's not necessarily cheaper, because in order to raise it this way, they have to use a more expensive feed. And so it's not necessarily cheaper, but it is better. And if you eat this and compare it to other chicken, you can notice the difference. Yeah.
Just... how many chickens would you estimate go through your little shop here every day?
Every day? I don't know, but in the course of a week, I would imagine 1,500 to 2,000.
Now, the turkeys you have here, are they local, or are they these?
These come from Southern Ohio. There's an Amish turkey farm in Southern Ohio, and these turkeys come from Southern Ohio. So.
What's the controversy about the hormones that have been fed to certain animals?
Well, in chicken, in order to raise a chicken fast and have it done in 4 to 6 weeks, they use a growth hormone, which unfortunately they're not sure of what it does to a human being. And so in order to get around that, rather than raise them in 4 to 6 weeks, raise them in 8 to 10 weeks. You get the same size, but you do it naturally.
And a better product in your view.
A much better product.
What else do you sell here besides the chicken and the turkeys?
Well, we sell all cut-up turkeys. We sell chickens, ducks, rabbits. We sell wild and domestic rabbits.
Do you have much call for that?
Not as much as we used to years ago. Domestic rabbit, wild rabbit only in season. When the weather's cold, they'll buy wild rabbit.
What are your hours here at the market?
Well, we start at 7 to 4 on Monday, 7 to 4 on Wednesday, and 6 to 6 on Friday.
But what are your hours?
Oh, my hours? Well, you add a few hours to that. We come in on Saturday morning at about 4:45 to 5. And on Friday morning about 5:45 to 6.
How long is it before you get out of here?
Well, on Saturday we sell out. We store nothing. Everything is sold today. Everything you see here will be gone today.
You know, another interesting thing about John is that he is one of the world's great boat builders. That is to say, not the kind that you'd see on the lakes, but the kind that you see in a bottle. John, is there anybody else who's doing that besides you in this world these days?
I'm the only one I know that makes them and sells them to gift stores. I'm the only one that I know in the United States right now that's doing that.
What else in your checkered past?
Oh, I've done many things. Played piano in bars. I used to work the folk song circuit, traveling around singing folk songs.
I heard you were a lumberjack.
Yes, I worked in a lumberjack in my college days up in Alberta, outside of Edmonton.
What is it about the market that you like? Why have you been here all these years?
I just love it. I've tried many kinds of work, but we keep coming back. No one leaves the market. They go for a while, they come back. It's the people, it's the interest. There's nothing boring here at all.
Do you get along pretty well with your neighbors? And how about the competition?
We really don't have any competition. Each person in here sells their own product, and we get along very, very well. There's no competition to speak of.
Why do you think, are you going to stay here forever? Or do you think that you may retire or perhaps even close it up and do something else?
I don't think I'll retire for a long, long time. And if I do, then I'll build ships in a bottle over in Maine someplace.
One last question. Why is it that people come to the market? What are they after? The place is always crowded. You have a variety of different faces. What's their feeling?
Well, I think they come first for fresh product. That's the main thing. Everything is fresh, completely fresh. The second thing is the personal service that you find no place else. We know their names. We know their children. We know when they die. We sympathize with them. They come for the personal service.
It's a big family, isn't it?
It is a big family.
Thanks for sharing your family with us.
Oh, it's a delight.
John Rolston is the Chicken King. We'll have more.
Oh, hey.